A noiseless, patient spider. I marked where on a little promontory it stood, isolated. Marked how to explore the vacant, vast surrounding. It launched forth filament, 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 out of itself, ever unreeling them, ever tirelessly speeding them. And you, oh my soul, where you stand, surrounded, detached, in measureless oceans of space, ceaselessly musing, venturing, throwing, seeking the spheres to connect them, till the bridge you will need be formed, till the ductile anchor hold, till the gossamer thread you fling catch somewhere, oh my soul. Howdy, and welcome back to the World of Words, where literature, philosophy, and Minecraft meet. We will be discussing Walt Whitman's poetry and his connection to the Minecraft world. But first, we need to grow some mushrooms because we're running low, and we need that for mushroom stew. And we need this stew because there is no natural regeneration. Without natural regeneration, when you lose hearts, there are only 3 ways to regenerate your health: suspicious stew, golden apples, or a regenerative potion. We can't brew anything yet, and gold is expensive, so this will be our diet for a while. Let's grow some oxeye daisy as well, since we're running low on that too. The other flowers give different effects, but this is the flower that we need. And speaking of brewing, I don't have any use for this fermented spider eye, and this wandering trader is trading that for 3 emeralds. These are our first emeralds in the game, actually. He doesn't have anything else that I want, but we can save these for the next time he's around. While eating this suspicious stew and taking care of other housekeeping, I can tell you more about this series. Not only is there no natural regeneration, making it very difficult to regain health, I've also never beat the game in this game mode, perhaps the most difficult game mode. And once we die, we're dead, and this world is gone. But in contrast to the intensity and the high pressure, I don't want to forget to take it slow, which is how I like to play Minecraft. While playing in this most difficult mode, I'd like to make every moment meaningful by either enjoying the beauty or connecting what we experience with philosophy and literature. As we're running for our lives, let's not forget to stop and smell the books. Later on, we will be discussing Whispers of Heavenly Death by Walt Whitman. But for now, we need to focus on surviving. That being said, I don't have a strong armor set yet, just this copper. So today we need to brave the dark and get enough iron and maybe even diamonds in order to survive. Don't look in my resources chest, by the way. It's a pretty sad sight. So let's go looking for a cave. Oh, there's a ravine here. Look at that. We're bound to find some good stuff down there. We need to be careful. That looks like a deadly fall. But I really need this iron. And let's mine it quickly. I don't feel comfortable on ledges. In fact, let's just take care of this zombie now. I don't want him sneaking up on me. This one's wearing gold armor, which reminds me, the monsters in your area get more and more difficult the longer you live there, which means we need to upgrade our armor faster than them. Now that that's taken care of, we can mine up this iron and talk more about Walt Whitman's poem, A Noiseless, Patient Spider. Spiders, admittedly, scare me, but I can't help but feeling like the spider in the way that Whitman describes it, especially now, while caving, exploring the depths, and looking for resources. In the poem, Whitman writes that the spider is isolated. It is surrounded by vacant vastness. For those who like the technical terms of poetry, Whitman is using what is called a juxtaposition. This is a contradiction of two elements put side by side in order to emphasize their differences. You can imagine a spider, a small insect, surrounded by emptiness, a vast emptiness. Surrounded by immeasurable space, the spider seems smaller and more insignificant. And yet, despite the spider's size, despite how meaningless it may seem, it builds something. It builds filament, filament, filament out of itself, ever unreeling them, ever tirelessly speeding them. It builds a web, seemingly out of nothing. And we are left to wonder why. Why does the spider do this? It seems like such a monumental task, so meaningless, and yet the spider continues and continues endlessly and speedily. It is perhaps some kind of condition of existence, this reaching and building in spite of everything that is against us, living and continuing in spite of death. In the next stanza, Whitman compares his soul to the spider. He feels like his soul is surrounded and detached and in measureless oceans of space. And sometimes I feel that way. When I'm caving, there's just nothingness. Sure, there's ores, water, lava, stone, but for the most part, there's nothing. No other soul, no other explanation for why things are the way they are. And I too, like the spider, and like Whitman's soul, am ceaselessly musing, venturing, throwing, seeking the spheres to connect them. I am looking for some connection. In the darkness, blindly we stumble forward, and blindly we continue looking for that meaning. But if you continue, maybe you will find something. In this case, we found our first diamond. It was only one diamond, but it was our first diamond nonetheless. A diamond's great and all, but it's not really what Whitman means in his poem. He ends the poem with, "Till the bridge you will need be formed, till the ductile anchor hold, till the gossamer thread you fling catch somewhere, oh my soul." Our soul will continue to blindly stumble forward until there is a bridge formed, until, like the spider, we connect with something. We will continue to move forward. We will search for an answer until that answer is found. But that answer isn't in diamonds or lapis lazuli or iron or any other resource or material. We do need these resources, the gold especially, for golden apples so that we could have that regenerative health. The diamond, so we could have better armor and better gear. And our first diamond pickaxe, which we needed in order to mine obsidian, which we needed in order to progress and travel to new worlds. But though we need these things, we don't need them to answer the questions, the big questions of life. Whitman shows that there is meaning surrounding us everywhere we turn, or at least the potential for meaning. If you say life is meaningless, then we are the ones who create meaning. We are the ones who decide this is meaningful and that is not meaningful. And Minecraft is the perfect example of that pursuit of meaning, of that creation of meaning. Cobwebs were meaningful to me. Finding a name tag was meaningful to me. And this is what keeps us playing. There's always more to add, always more to create. Even if you're not physically building, you are creating histories through your actions. At first I thought it was a zombie spawner, but once the lights were out, the spiders spawned. Our noiseless, patient spiders. These spiders were not as patient as the one that Whitman imagines, so my dog and I had to take care of them. And here we found another name tag, which gave me reason to get another pet later on. And with our inventory full and a zombie chasing us with a shovel, I decided it was high time to leave the caves and go back to the surface. And we were greeted by rainfall. This would be a dangerous walk back home. I tried to climb as fast as I could, but I heard phantoms above me. It must have been a few nights since I last slept. As we approached, the night got darker and the phantom's screech got louder. I was terrified. I really didn't want to lose everything again. But we made it back to the bed and slept through the night. In the morning, I could hear the death of the phantoms. We had a good night's sleep. And this is the haul from the caves. We have redstone, lapis, copper, gold, iron, some obsidian, a little bit of coal, 7 diamonds, 2 golden apples, and 2 name tags. I feel like I'm rich now. I heard footsteps outside and discovered there was a creeper outside the window. With the name tags and the presence of a creeper, it made me think that we need another animal. We need a cat. A cat prevents creepers because creepers don't like them. And so we did some fishing. I know cats love salmon, so we collected up as much salmon as we could and made our way over to the village that we saw at the beginning. On the way there, I couldn't help myself. I had to shear these sheep. I really wanted to add some carpet to the house. And on the way, the sun started to set. We enjoyed it for a second before running off again, because I knew the monsters would start spawning, and I didn't want them attacking the villagers as well. We ran up to the village just as night fell, and found the nearest home with a bed. Hopefully they won't mind. I'm staying the night. There was a zombie terrorizing the villagers, but we took care of him. And luckily, he was right next to the cat of the village. The cat gingerly came towards us, and I fed him salmon. I lost count how much salmon this cat ate, but we had enough, and he was our friend now. I also saw this carrot. I asked the villager if it would be okay I could take it, and he seemed fine with it, so we did. And then made our way back home, and our new friend followed us. At home, we have all of our friends together now, and our new cat friend seemed pretty happy about it because he started dancing immediately. Our dog friend didn't seem to really care that much. I think that's just how it goes, though. I decided to name our dog after Marcus Aurelius from the episode before. But as a literary guy, I couldn't just have it be Marcus. So we named him Barcus Aurelius. and the cat after Walt Whitman, Walt Kittenman. So here we have Barkus Aurelius, our dog friend, and Walt Kittenman, our cat friend. Now that we had our friends, I decided to do some decorating. I added in the carpet in order to create a more cozy feel. And I added in some paintings on the wall. These are some of the newer paintings that I really like. I also added shelving in the basement, a place to put our tools that we don't frequently use, but we'd like to keep them on hand. It was then sunset of day 54. I can't believe we've made it this far already, and there's still so much that I want to do, so much I want to explore in both this world and the world of literature and philosophy. And one day it will end. But let's enjoy it for now, and let's end this with some writing. I added the poem that we talked about, A Noiseless Patient Spider. This is the full-length poem. But I also wanted to add another poem of Walt Whitman's, On the Beach at Night Alone, because I believe this poem summarizes his philosophy of spirit pretty well. As I watch the bright stars shining, I think a thought of the cleft of the universes and of the future. A vast similitude interlocks all spheres, grown, ungrown, small, large, suns, moons, planets, all souls, all living bodies, though they be ever so different, or in different worlds, all identities that have existed or may exist on this globe or any globe, all lives and deaths, all of the past, present, future. This vast similitude spans them and always has spanned and shall forever span them and completely hold and enclose them. For me, the possibility of a presence of a vast similitude that encloses all, no matter the differences, solves the problem of the spider and the soul that ceaselessly searches for something to hold on to, even in death or surrounded by millions and millions of blocks. There is something enclosing and holding it all together. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.